What is up, YouTube? That's here bringing you episode 2 of Experience Share. A little, I don't want to say a project, but it's something I've been doing where I go over replays and I show newer players how to play the game from my point of view. What we're pretty much going to be going over today is going to be another Nugget Brige live tournament that I played. I guess it's been quite a while now. I played it about a week before Worlds, and it has like a really high level of competition, and a lot of top tier players who went to Worlds were actually competing in this, and I actually played a bunch of them in this tournament. So we're gonna start with my first round. Remember the last one that I didn't win. I got third out of like 40 people, so that was pretty good. Hoping for an even better result this time, and I'm gonna be starting off against JW. I have this battle uploaded on my YouTube channel already, but I think I do. If I don't, he does, because I know he linked me about it and he casted it. Really good series that we play here. Actually, it goes all 3 games. You can see my team on the left-hand side is going to be Rotom, Heat, Garchomp, Mega Manectric, and Scizor versus Talonflame, Garchomp, Hydreigon, and T-Tar. So he has a very, very standard team. The Talonflame is the only thing that's even off, and Talonflame is just a great Pokemon. So, yeah, let's start it up, let's get into it, and let's see how it goes, because, you know, these games took place a long time ago. The meta is still relatively the same, so not that much has changed. Let's see if I can cast these correctly. Okay, JW is going to start it with Talonflame and Garchomp. Great leads from him. You know, you can pop. At this point, this is the very start of the game. I do not know what his Mega is, so it could potentially Mega Garchomp Talonflame, which is a great lead from a really long time ago. And we are going to see him pop the Tailwind Priority 1 from the Talonflame. We're seeing him not go for the Mega Garchomp, but really sadly, my Rotom does not get the Volt Switch kill on the Talonflame. That kind of sucks. I'm going to have to Volt Switch out and go into my Scizor just to potentially get like a Bullet Punch in to kill after eating a Flare Blitz. Sorry, after eating a Brave Bird next turn. And I'm going to go for the Dragon Claw trade onto his Garchomp. He's going to proc his Rough Skin, which is going to break my Focus Sash, which is the item that I'm using. And we're going to see him pop, I think that is a Citrus Berry. Man, that's a very uncommon set. Citrus Berry Garchomp, who knew? And we see he goes for sub, and that completely validates his Citrus Berry usage. Great item combo, move combo from him over there. I'm then going to go for Protect next turn, because I don't want to die for nothing. And Talonflame's going to go for the Brave Bird, obviously. He's not stupid enough to go for a Flare Blitz when Scizor is hanging around. So he's going to go for the Brave Bird on my Scizor. It's not going to do a whole lot, but what it is going to do is me having Scizor forces him into Brave Bird, which forces him into recoiling, which forces my Scizor to then Bullet Punch the Garchomp, even if I originally targeted the Talonflame because it died recoil, which is going to make the sub go down and have me just have a great turn overall. I realized that I probably could have got away with attacking with Garchomp, but I wanted to be extra safe, and that Garchomp is still within my Scizor range, so I feel pretty good right here until Hydreigon comes out. Pretty sad whenever that thing hits the board. My Garchomp has to go. I think that is a double Protect. Pretty risky stuff. And a Bullet Punch on his Garchomp. Looks like he does not have Protect. Rough Skin is going to take me out, and we're going to see what this Hydreigon's pack and what move it wants to lock itself into if it has a choice item. Wonder what it's going to be, because like I said, I have not played this replay in so long. And I think that was Dragon Pulse. Anyways, he's going to come in with his Tyranitar that is going to proc my Sand Veil, which my Garchomp is rocking. But I don't think I use it this game. And I'm going to come in with my Manectric, starting up, well, nothing. I have Lightning Rod. I don't think it's going to get procced this game. So my Garchomp is going to withdraw. I've protected like 2 turns in a row, and I do not know if that Hydreigon is Choice Scarfed. So I'm going to go into my Rotom, just because it's the only real option I have. I mean, I think I can eat a Dragon Pulse, and I don't know what that Hydreigon is using. So I Mega Evolve into my Mega Manectric, potentially trying to get that Intimidate off on that T-Tar if it is in fact a physical T-Tar. So we're going to see him go for the Dark Pulse. I think that means he wasn't Scarfed. And it's almost going to knock out my Manectric. That is some ridiculous damage. And we see that he's Life Orbed. And we also see a Ice Beam on the T-Tar. So I originally switched Garchomp out, I guess, to avoid the potential Ice Beam. Man, it's been so long since I've looked at this replay. Anyways, T-Tar's going to take damage from Sandstorm. Or T-Tar's going to make everyone take damage from Sandstorm. And Manectric is going to live at 1 HP. That's some ridiculous damage. And finally, Tailwind's going to peter out. So Rotom is going to go for that HP Ice onto that Hydreigon. It's only super effective ×2, so it's not going to get the kill. But the double HP Ice coming out from Manectric and Rotom is going to be enough to take that guy out. Alright, so we're going to see T-Tar coming with that Ice Beam again. Looks like he is choiced, and it is going to... I don't think he's Choice Specs, or Choice Scarf though, because my Manectric and Rotom are faster. They're generally very fast Pokemon. I'm only thinking you'd have to be full speed to be able to outspeed these guys. Let's find out. If he's faster than my Garchomp, he's Choice Scarfed. So we're going to see Rotom go first. Remember, I'm Choice Scarfed as well, and I'm locked into Ice, or HP Ice. And it looks like he's not faster than my Garchomp, so he's probably Spexed, I want to say. He would have been like slamming Rock Slides already. And it's almost going to get the kill. My Garchomp's then going to go down to Ice Beam, and this is where a really funny thing in the battle happened. We're going to see the T-Tar, I think it has leftovers, and it's like barely going to cancel out my, it's almost going to be canceling out my, what is it? My HP Ices. So look at the damage it restores. Oh, it's such a small amount, but my HP Ice only does a little bit more. This game is going to come down to the wire. Now, like I said, I've been calling him as Choice this whole time, but he wasn't. So T-Tar, I don't know what item this guy has, because he was just spamming Ice Beams all day when he could have been Rock Sliding for days. He could have been Rock Sliding against Manectric, he could have been Rock Sliding all day, but like I said, well, we already know he's not Scarfed or anything because he had the leftovers, but you know what I mean. Like, you gotta expect the T-Tars to be Choice. That's just, I played it extremely safe avoiding that, and I am actually gonna win this game coming out very close. I think I have like a 10 HP Rotom. Man. Alright, so that was game 1. Very, very close game, but I felt like I was in control the whole time. So I generally decided to go for a little bit more ballsy play on for game 2. So you see my team's going to be Rotom, Garchomp going for a little bit of EQ Discharge, and to Salamence and Gyarados for a double Intimidate backup versus Talonflame, Hydreigon. There's the Mega right there, that Mawile, and T-Tar. So, like I said, this game does go to 3 sets, so I'm not going to win this one, but I'm going to use this game to generally try and figure out a little bit more about my opponent's strategy and team, and just like in general more about my opponent. Starting to see double shiny leads, Talonflame, Hydreigon leading off against my Garchomp, Rotom. So EQ Discharge not the best here. We're going to see the Hydreigon go for a Protect. Remember, we already know that it's not Scarfed, it's Orbed, and Talon's going to pop that Tailwind just like before. He really likes that Tailwind, and we already know that my Volt Switch will not kill the Talonflame. So I just go for a Discharge. Hopefully I can get a Para. I remember I really wanted to hit that Hydreigon. And I do get a Para on Talonflame, but that's not extremely useful. And Garchomp obviously Dragon Claws the Hydreigon, which protects. We're then going to see my Garchomp go for a Protect here. I'm generally trying to save my Sash, because I really don't want to show it yet. We're going to see him go for a Brave Bird on my Rotom. And once I see this Brave Bird on my Rotom, I'm thinking, is he nuking my Rotom this turn? That would be crazy. Talonflame will die to the recoil damage, which is perfectly fine because I avoided it anyways. And Hydreigon is going to go for a Dark Pulse, nuking my Rotom Heat. I should have just Dragon Pulse. Man, what a scrub. So Rotom Heat is going to go down. Kind of sucks we traded 1 for 1, but he has a Tailwind up. So it's not really the best trade. And then Mawile comes out, gets an Intimidate on my Garchomp. You can see how I lose this game. I mean, it's just kind of snowballing out of control. I kind of have to send out my Salamence to get the Intimidate off to make it even like worth it. So he has 2 things that can kill both my Pokemon. I have 2 things that can potentially kill both, but it's kind of up in the air. We're going to see Mawile go for a Mega Evolution into its Mega and gain that huge power ability, which makes it just super strong. Even though it's intimidated, it can definitely one-shot most of these guys. So Hydreigon's going to go for a Dragon Pulse onto my Garchomp, and it is going to clock my Sash, so I've shown that item. So can't really make that win game 3. Sorry about that. And I'm going to go for an Earthquake. I'm generally going to target this Mawile. I definitely have to kill this guy. Kind of sucks that I'm intimidated, but you know what else are you really going to do? It's almost going to do half, and Player's going to come out on my Salamence. Now, it's really funny to know that Mawile in a Tailwind is faster than my Salamence. Even though my Salamence is like generally a wall set, I still expected Salamence to be faster, so he must have a little bit of speed investment. But right here, you know, I have Gyarados. He still has his Mega. Still has that Hydreigon. I didn't kill it last turn. So I could try and go for like a double Protect, wait it out, but I'm just going to try and win the game and see what comes out of it. We're going to see my Gyarados pop a Citrus Berry. I'm showing another item. Thinking about it, I probably should have just ran last turn because I'm showing my Swords Dance now too. Like, there's no way I can come back this game. I should have just scooped, I think, because I've already seen everything out of his team, and I'm just showing all my secrets. Like, I know I'm only like 1 Pokemon down, but my Garchomp's at like 1 HP, so really kind of sucks. We're going to see my Gyarados go down to that Play Rough, and Tailwind's going to peter out, but it's game. I get Sucker Punched, get wrecked. I showed so many secrets that last turn, I should have just ran. Hindsight 2020, you know. So, I did lose against JW, and we're going to be going into a game 3. So this is the first round of a Nugget Brige Live that I played right before Worlds, for those of you that just joined. And we're going to be starting up game 3. My team's going to be Gyarados Manectric, who'd be stupid enough to use Electric Attack against me, and Garchomp Salamence versus Talonflame, Hydreigon, T-Tar, and Garchomp. So these are the All-Stars. These are our final 4 that we're bringing to each battle. Let's start it up and see what happens. I really don't know why I brought Manectric. I kind of wanted to bring it to potentially check Mawile, and he didn't lead with it. He didn't even bring it, I don't think. So I see Talonflame and Hydreigon. I know he's going to set up Tailwind. I know he's going to do it. So I'm thinking, what can I do? What can I do to potentially, like, steal a win here? Like, I can Mega Evolve Manectric, Volt Switch, Thunder Wave the Hydreigon. I think that's what I do. I could just also Waterfall the Talonflame. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. That's what I would do right now. If you were to ask me right now what I would do, if it was game 3 and I was playing it today, go for that double Intimidate off. We're going to see Hydreigon go for Protect. So let's see if I made the right call. So Talonflame's going to go for that Priority 1 Tailwind, going to double everyone's speed for 3 turns. Nothing I can do to stop that. Nothing. I go for a Thunderbolt. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the tournament where I did not use Protect on my Manectric. I'm using Volt Switch and Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, HP Ice. I'm not using Protect. I'm like totally balls deep on this Manectric this tournament. So we're going to see Garchomp come in. I have to switch. Remember, I do not have Protect. And I go into my Salamence, not the best option, but I'm really expecting the Earthquake here. So I get a first Intimidate on the Garchomp, but third Intimidate on that Hydreigon. And we're going to see Garchomp pop a sub, which is devastating. It's devastating. And Hydreigon is going to go for that Dark Pulse onto my Sally. It's going to do a ton of damage. That is just ridiculous damage. And then I'm going to go for a Thunder Wave on Hydreigon. I could have attacked Garchomp. I could have done other stuff. But I feel like it was just I have to get that thing slower than me if I want to win the game. We're then going to see Garchomp go for a Rock Slide. Double super effective on both of these flying types. He is not going to get the kill. And we're going to see Waterfall come out. I'm trying to break this guy's sub. Trying to break the sub. Let's see what happens. Alright, Substitute is going to break. This is a pretty bulky Gyarados, but it, I guess, can still break subs. And Dragon Pulse is going to come out. So, I double targeted. Like, I targeted both Pokemon equally because I did not want to get Protect baited. Because I remember game 1, he didn't have Protect on his Garchomp, and I didn't want to fall for a bait in game 3. I went for a for sure kill. So we're going to see T-Tar come out. We have 2 things that can spam Rock Slide against 2 things that are weak against it. I'm going to go for a Protect with my Gyarados, just waiting out these Tailwind turns. And a Protect with my Salamence. I think this is the last turn of Tailwind, so generally just going to try and wait these out. And he takes advantage of that and goes for a second Substitute this game. That's pretty ridiculous. And a Rock Slide. So I feel like I'm up against a wall, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Pretty good game. So Salamence is going down to 6 HP, and Tailwind's finally going to peter out. So we're going to see Garchomp go for a Rock Slide. Pretty big damage. Even with that Intimidate, it's strong. So it's going to knock out my Salamence. I was hoping for the miss. That's pretty much what I was hoping for. That's why I stayed in. And we're going to proc my Citrus Berry, which isn't going to restore all that much. It's going to let me probably live another Rock Slide. But I get flinched. Oh, man. And I get hit with the second Rock Slide. Things just aren't looking too good for our hero. It's going to knock me out. Man, that single target damage is pretty insane. So I go from having a pretty good lead to getting walled out by sub to getting flinched. So I come in with my Garchomp, come in with my Manectric. Now, remember, I do not have Protect on this Manectric. I can't just be spamming Earthquakes all day. Like, I really want to, but I can't. So I go for that HP Ice onto that Garchomp to break its sub. Kind of sucks I have to. And I have to win the speed tie. Pretty much how I see it. And he wins the speed tie. He's going to hit my Garchomp. He's not going to get the kill. And I go for a Dragon Claw. Now, I targeted T-Tar. Remember, I know fully well that I can kill that Garchomp with an HP Ice. If my Manectric lives. Probably wondering why I didn't target the Garchomp. But I know I'm faster than Garchomp, so I targeted T-Tar just to see if I can get away with it, which I did. And we're then going to see my Manectric go for a Hidden Power. I know I can kill the Garchomp here. Bam. And then it's all up to my Garchomp to kill the T-Tar. I even have my Manectric as well. I think he made a misplay these last couple turns, because he probably should have just nuked like one Pokemon or something, but oh well. He goes for a Dark Pulse onto my Manectric, and it is going to get the kill, but there's no way like T-Tar is coming back against like Manectric. That's some coming back against Garchomp. Not in this situation. Sadly, I didn't get to use my Sandveil this turn, but oh well, Earthquake is going to be able to clean up this T-Tar, and it is going to get me the win. So, round 1, complete. This is actually one of the harder rounds I had. Most of my games are 2-0, and actually this was one of the few that went to game 3. So, congrats on JW for some great games. Let's just move on to the next one. Alright, let's press that button. Okay. Alright. Don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, but this is a person from Nugget Brige. I think it's one of the people that plays in like the MPA. It's generally a person that I've seen do really well in a lot of the other Nugget Brige live tournaments. See, his team is T-Tar, Lapras, Mega Charizard Y, and that Aegislash. Aegislash is a big threat. Versus my Rotom Heat Garchomp, going in with a little EQ Discharge again, Manectric and Salamence. I like bringing Salamence. I think Salamence is a great Pokemon, especially the way I run it with my Bomberry set. So without further ado, let's start this up. Let's get right into it. Alright, I'm gonna get a drink. My voice is getting kind of hoarse. Alright, so this is round 2 in the Nugget Brige live tournament that I played in. Going Rotom Garchomp leads versus T-Tar Lapras. So this is good and bad. You know, like Lapras is good against Rotom, Rotom's good against Lapras, Garchomp's good against T-Tar, T-Tar's good against Garchomp. So let's see who goes for it. He goes for that Ice Shard on my Garchomp. Gonna break my Sash. Kinda sucks, but I'm kinda happy because I can still use it as a trick in game 2 or 3. So I go for a Discharge. I'm not gonna get a pair, which I really wanted. And my Garchomp's just gonna go like down to a Choice Scarf Ice Beam. So he totally read my Sash. He totally read it. He wouldn't have went for an Ice Shard and Ice Beam if he did not read it. So that really, really, really sucks that my Sash and Garchomp are gone. I have to go into Manectric here because I can't go into Salamence against double Ice Beam spam. He withdraws his T-Tar, and he can Rock Slide later. Goes into that Aegislash. That's pretty ridiculous, and it's shiny. Alright, so proc that Lightning Rod off this Discharge. Just gotta get my Manectric fed. And I go for another Discharge. Let's see if I get any pairs this turn. And I get the pair on the Lapras, which is exactly who I wanted my pair to go on. And I get a Thunderbolt off onto the Lapras. That thing is so bulky. So bulky. It took 2 Discharge and a plus 1.5 Lightning Rod, like, Thunderbolt to kill that thing. But I have evened up the score, and I have a pretty strong Manectric on the board right now. Alright, so we're going to see T-Tar come back in. Remember, it is Scarfed. So I'm just going to go for another Discharge. Make my Manectric super strong. And, yeah, let's see if we get any pairs this turn. No pairs. Rock Slide's going to hit. Remember, that is a stabbed move from that T-Tar. Tons of damage, but the splitting of the damage will let my Rotom live. I'm going to go for the +2 Flamethrower on his Aegislash, and I am going to get the kill right there. Alright, so T-Tar, remember, super fast. I really wanted that pair last turn. I'm thinking I might Mega Evolve this turn, so I can potentially live through the Rock Slide next turn. Because I remember I'll get Intimidate. We're then going to see Charizard come out. And I'm pretty sure this is Charizard Y. You know, that's generally always how it's going to work. But if this were Charizard X, I feel like I would just get wrecked this game. So, he goes in and I Mega Evolve, I get the Intimidate off onto that T-Tar. Now, I'm thinking if he goes for a Rock Slide, I'll probably live, but I will do a little bit of damage to myself with a Lightning Rod, with Discharge if I have to. So I go for the Discharge. It's going to do a little bit of damage to my Manectric because I don't have Lightning Rod anymore. And he's going to go for a Rock Slide, and it's all up to Manectric to live. I feel like I almost killed my Manectric, but the Intimidate is enough to make me live. And you know what that means. You guys know what that means. It's totally time for the Thunderbolt. Targeting that T-Tar. I'm at +2. Remember, there's no way this guy's living this turn. And he was really, really smart not Mega Evolve that turn. Really smart. Because, Sandstorm killed me. So, kinda sucks, kinda sucks. Metric's gonna go down. I think I have one more Pokemon left. I think I have one more. I should be Salamence. So, it's gonna be Salamence versus Charizard. And, I think this is a game where, yeah, I totally fucked this up. I think. So, if this is the game that I remember, you're supposed to run Stone and Salamence over Hydro Pump. But I like fighting Salamence against, like, water teams and stuff like that. So, he goes for a Heat Wave, and he's probably expecting me to just Stone Edge kill him. Heat Wave's going to do a ton of damage. This is a full HP Salamence, and he gets the burn. And I go for a Dragon Pulse, because it's way stronger than Hydro Pump in this situation. If I had Stone Edge instead of Hydro Pump, I would have just won the game. But I didn't. So he's going to go for an overheat. He's actually going to miss, but there's no coming back from this one. Unless this crits. I don't have Draco Meteor on this guy either. I have Protect, Depulse, Hydro Pump, and Flamethrower. So, kind of sucks. He goes back for that Heat Wave. Is going to get the kill on me, and yeah, I lost game 1. Sad face. He gets a crit too. Womp womp. So Sally is going to go down, and yeah, sad face. So that was game 1. Pretty, oh wait, what the hell? Did I, do these out of order? Did I do these out of order? Oh yeah, I remember this round. Alright. This guy beat me, right? This guy? He beat me? He beat me and then said he had to go. Sorry, these games were like a month ago. But anyways, this guy beat me and said he had to go. And I'm looking at the rest channel, I'm like, why am I fighting P-Dons next? But anyways, yeah, this guy beat me and said he had to go and he just gave me the win. So, I technically shouldn't have won that game. But, he's a nice guy. And it was really close. It wasn't like I got rocked. If I had Stone Edge, if I had the rocks, I would have won. Anyways, we're just going to move on to the next game. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, he's a pretty nice guy. We're going to go into P-Dons. Looks like his team is going to be Aerodactyl, T-Tar, Ludicolo, and Talonflame versus my Rotom Garchomp. I bring Scizor this game. I usually like to bring Scizor against Ludicolo, especially against like T-Tar and Aerodactyl. Scizor is great. And Gyarados as well. Gyarados is good against all these guys. So we'll just start this battle up. Get right into it. Alright, and if you guys don't know who this guy's a guy. He goes to a lot of the VGCs, places high at all the Premier Challenges, high at the VGCs, a great member of Nugget Brige, and a really good battler. So we're going to see my Rotom Garchomp lead off against Aerodactyl T-Tar, and I'm too nervous to eat berries, oh well. We're going to see that Sandstream start up, and we're going to see him go for the Mega Aerodactyl, which is something you rarely see. I mean, Sash is just such a good item on that guy. So it's kind of weird to see him go for the Mega Aerodactyl. He's going to go for the Protect as well. So, I really want to hit with that Volt Switch or Decharge. Anyways, he's going to go for the Protect, and hopefully I can paralyze this T-Tar, you know? He's going to go for the Ice Beam on my Garchomp. I'm kind of glad he didn't target my Rotom, because all he's going to be doing here is clocking my Sash. Kind of sucks I didn't get to use my Sandveil like once this tournament, but whatever. So, Discharge, EQ, you know, obviously that's what goes together. Going to get this Earthquake off, Stabbed Earthquake, and it is going to be enough to kill that Scarf T-Tar. So I feel like I'm pretty ahead here. I've already shown my Sash and my Scarf if he's paying attention. So kind of sucks. I don't know if I do that again. I don't know if I take this trade in like a best of 3 format. Because we're going to see Ludicolo come in. I have to Protect here. And if he's smart, he'd go for a Fake Out on my Rotom and then a Rock Slide. But he decides to go for a Protect himself, which is alright. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I really would want for the Fake Out though on someone. So we're going to see me go for a Discharge. This is a Scarf Rotom, so it is going to be a little bit faster than Adamant Mega Aerodactyl. He's then going to go for a Rock Slide back on me. Great move here, Stabbed. It's not boosted by Tough Claws, but combo that with Sandstorm, and it is enough to take me out. There, damn, Rotom's going to go down. So my Scarf user's down, but that just means there's room for Scizor to come in and save the day. Alright, Scizor is going to come in, and this Bullet Punch can get hard, or this X-Scissor can hit hard. I'm opting to go for the Bullet Punch onto this Aerodactyl, and it is going to get the kill. I'm surprised how slow it went down. Like, this guy must be pretty bulky. And then my Garchomp's just going to go for a Dragon Claw. I'm not expecting to do that much out of this, but I am expecting to do about that much. I didn't want to proc a Citrus Berry, but, you know, I'll take it. Oh well. And Ludicolo is going to go for the Scald onto my Garchomp. Going to finish it off. Smart move to do right there. So Garchomp is going to go down. I don't remember what my last Pokemon is, but we're going to see his, I think he has Talonflame. Yeah, so he's going to send that Talonflame out right now. Bam, Talonflame's going to hit the board, and Gyarados is going to hit the board. A great Pokemon for me in this situation especially. So we're going to get a huge Intimidate off onto that Talonflame. And even the Talonflame checks Scizor. All Scizor has to do is go for like a Protect, and Talonflame can eat the Waterfall. So he decides to make the correct play and target my Gyarados. He probably figures if he nukes my Gyarados, it doesn't really matter if you know, the... Sorry, it doesn't matter if Talonflame goes down as long as Gyarados, like, pays the price for it, too. Got a mind fart there. Anyways, Gyarados is going to be able to live through that Brave Bird. Looked like a banded Brave Bird and throw back a Waterfall of his own. Going to take out that Talonflame, and the Citrus Berry makes it pretty good. So, obviously we see he goes for the nuke. And without the Citrus Berry, I definitely would have been dead. So, great play there. I know for a fact that I can check that Ludicolo with my Scizor if I have to. So, we're going to see Sandstorm buff it a couple more Pokemon. And Gyarados is just going to start waterfalling away on this Ludicolo. And what is he going to do to retaliate? He's going to go for a Scald, targeting, I think, my Scizor. He's going to target Scizor, and it's not going to show my Lumberry, which is huge. I'm very happy they didn't show it. And Ludicolo is going to go down to a super effective X Scizor. So that is going to be game 1 of, I think this is round 3. So very, very close game. Very, very close game. But I revealed way too many of my tricks this game. I revealed way too many of my Citrus on my Gyarados, you know. I didn't reveal my Lumberry, my Scizor, but I revealed my Sash and my Scarf. So going into game 2, we're going to see him switch his team up. Well, yeah, he switches team up a lot. So, but I also did as well. We're going to see Aerodactyl, Heatar, Garchomp, Aegislash. Aegislash is huge this game. And I'm going to lead off with Rotom because I knew that he had the Aegislash there. I just didn't know where he was going to bring it. And Rotom's just probably my favorite lead of 2014. Rotom, Scizor, Gyarados, because Gyarados is just great against this guy's team overall. I know he has a few rock types and Pokemon that learn rock moves, but Gyarados just like wrecks Aerodactyl and Heatar. And then I'm going to bring Garchomp just because it's my Sash. So let's start it up. Alright. So, game 2 is about to go on. Aerodactyl, Heatar, same leads as last time. We already know that Heatar is Scarfed, and we know that Aerodactyl is Mega, so it's not like we didn't take anything away from game 1. So I'm thinking that since this Aerodactyl is Scarfed, I might be able to kill it with a Bullet Punch. Oh, sorry, Aerodactyl is Mega. I may be able to kill it with a Bullet Punch, but I don't know yet. We're going to see what happens. Bam. So he's going to pop that Mega again. I don't know if he's going to go for the Protect shenanigans, or just go for a Rock Slide. He opts to go for the Protect first turn, and I'm thinking if I were this Heatar, I would go for a Rock Slide. He could go for a Fire Blast, he could go for a Flamethrower, but I would Rock Slide. So I'm going to go for a Discharge again. I do not want to discharge my Scizor, so I protected, and I really want to paralyze this Heatar. Like, I really want to paralyze this Heatar. He goes for the Fire Blast. Sadly, that wasn't the correct move. He should have went for Rock Slide. Rock Slide's good against both my Pokemon. So he doesn't want to eat that Discharge again, so he's going to withdraw his Aerodactyl, go in with Garchomp here, and I'm going to withdraw my Scizor, and I'm going to come in with my Garchomp. So double Garchomp switch-ins to avoid these discharge damage. And it looks like it's only going to be hitting Heatar this turn. Bam. So Heatar takes a little bit more chip damage. He goes for a Fire Blast. It is going to break my Sash, but he already knows that I have it, so I don't really see it as that big a deal. Kind of salty that it hit through my Sandstorm. So, sorry, my Sandveil. Anyways, I'm going to withdraw. I don't want to keep discharging, not in this situation. Go in with my Scizor here. And I don't know. He's going to withdraw his Heatar. Yeah, there's nothing really worth Fire Blasting on the board that was Rotom. Goes into Aegislash, and finally the Sandveil proc I've been waiting for like all day. I'm almost going to kill the Garchomp, but oh man, it's so gratifying seeing a Sandveil proc next. Because you get him thinking like, do they have Bright Powder? What's going on? Something fishy's going on. He goes for a Protect. I go for a Bullet Punch. I just completely fall for that. But I back it up with a Swords Dance with my Garchomp. Very cool combo there. So we're going to see Aegislash stance change. And I'm like, no, don't kill Garchomp. I'm so ahead. And he goes for a Shadow Ball. And yeah, that base. Crit Shadow Ball is going to be enough to take up my Garchomp. I got too greedy. I was like too hype on my Sandveil proc. Oh well. Rotom Heat is going to come in. He's going to go for a stance change, which is generally the expected move to do. And he's going to go for that King Shield like he always does. And Bullet Punch is going to come out. It's going to be enough to take out that Garchomp. I will take Rough Skin damage, but that's fine. I have no problem with that. Remember, he still has that Mega Aerodactyl left, and I don't want to mess with that guy. And I'm going to go for a Volt Switch. Obviously going to miss because King Shield. So he's going to send the Aerodactyl out. It's no longer Sandstorm time. And I'm thinking, he's protected like every time. I can't Volt Switch into any of these guys. It wouldn't work. So I just switch out into my Gyarados. Get that Intimidate going. Like, I did not want to go for, like, a Volt Switch into, like, a Protect and then eat a Rock Slide or something. So he goes for the Protect as well. Generally a smart move there. Obviously I fall for it, and his Aegislash goes for a sub. So, man, he's like been playing me these last few turns of this game. I should see all this stuff coming like a mile away, but oh well. So I'm gonna go for the like 4th bullet punch in a row, and it actually doesn't kill the Megarodactyl. I'm very surprised that it doesn't. And he's gonna follow back with a Tough Claws boosted Fire Fang, taking me out. Kinda sucks. Kinda sucks. I really didn't expect Fire Fang. I really just expected him to die to Bullet Punch. But I guess he gets a lot bulkier once he goes into that Mega. So, I've taunted the Aegislash, but it's not like I have any kill potential on it, ever. So, he stance changes, goes into that Shadow Ball, and it's going to do a ton of damage to my Gyarados. Literally, that's like, going to do enough to proc my Citrus, but that's a lot of damage. That means, like, I only got 2 turns left to win, and there's like no way I can check this Aegislash and T-Tar at the same time while keeping my Gyarados alive. I realized it by now, but it's not like I have anything else that I've already revealed. So, Volt Switch is going to come in. It's going to potentially break the sub. That's my plan. There we go. And I'm just hoping for like some kind of miss on my Gyarados, a not flinch, and anything. And Gyarados flinched and couldn't move. So that was pretty much the game right there. I'm pretty sure I could have killed the Aegislash if I got a chance to hit it that turn. And then, I don't know, maybe Volt Switch the Aerodactyl, Waterfall, that T-Tar, potentially win the game from there. But I got flinched, and sad face. So that was game 2. Aegislash pretty much wrecked me. The substitute was really too strong. Going into game 3, I decided to just bring pretty much. I decided to bring Salamence this time because I hadn't really brought it yet. I don't think it's great against Aegislash, great against Garchomp, and I don't really know how to do against Aerodactyl. I have Hydro Pump, so we'll see how that goes. He generally goes to the same team. Let's just start it up. Oh yeah, guys in chat, this is just like replays right now. I'm probably going to do battles after like a few more replays, but I just want to get these replays out because I've been sitting on them forever. And then I'll probably do battles after that. We're going to see Gyarados come in. Yeah, Gyarados is going to come and get that huge double Intimidate. That is just, it is ridiculous that how much this double Intimidate is probably going to win me the game. So we see he goes for a Mega Evolution in that Aerodactyl again. I know you don't get your speed until like a turn after Mega Evolving, but wouldn't you expect to already be faster? I don't know. That's just how I see it. My Garchomp's going to go for a Protect, trying to bait that other Garchomp. And this turn the Aerodactyl doesn't Protect. I don't know why. Maybe he thought I was always faster with something. I don't know. It's going to do a ton of damage with that Rock Slide, though, even with the Intimidate. It's going to proc my Citrus and put me barely back in the green. The other Garchomp's going to get baited by a Dragon Claw, and my Gyarados is going to go for a Thunder Wave on the Aerodactyl. So I could have Waterfalled it. But I didn't know if he was going to switch. I didn't know what he was going to do. I figured now it's just useless. I'll just ignore it, right? So I'm going to hit that Garchomp. I'm going to take that Rough Skin damage, break my Sash, and try and go for like a nuke, I think. His Garchomp's still going to be faster than my Gyarados, but I already know that I should live here. So Gyarados is going to go for Waterfall. I don't get flinch this game, luckily. And I go for the Waterfall on his Garchomp and take more Rough Skin damage. But remember, I've already neutered that Aerodactyl. It's already paralyzed. So I'm not really afraid of it anymore. So, and it is going to get paralyzed, so hacks are starting to go in my way. T-Tar is going to come out. I think this guy's Scarfed. I think it's Scarfed, yeah. So he has to pick one of these guys to kill. He can Rock Slide, or he can Ice Beam. And I'm picking him to go for an Ice Beam. So he goes for the Rock Slide, sad face. And it's going to be able to take out my Gyarados. My plan was, I was super greedy. I was going to Protect and go for a T-Wave on that T-Tar. So way too greedy play from there. So we're traded 1 for 1, but his Aerodactyl is paralyzed. So great play for me. I come in with my Scizor here, and the best part about this is his T-Tar's locked into Ice Beam. So I go for a Bullet Punch on its Aerodactyl, and I'm like, fuck, this guy just won't die. Sorry, I mean locked into Rock Slide, which means I don't want to interfere. Alright, so Garchomp's going to Dragon Claw. So I go for the nuke finally on the Aerodactyl. He could have protected, and it could have been a wasted turn, but I was completely fine with that. He decides to go in with Aegislash here, and I just don't want to let him get sub up. I decided to go for a Bullet Punch on this T-Tar, and it does a lot of damage. And he actually misses his Rock Slide on my Scizor for a second turn in a row, I think, and that's actually pretty cool for me. and Garchamp's going to flinch. So I guess a little bit of hacks are made up that turn. We're going to see him stance change and go for a pretty big Shadow Ball onto my Scizor. Going to make for all those missed rock slides, and starting off the next turn, I'm going to go for a Protect. I don't want to get like Shadow Sneak or some kind of cheese. And we're going to see him stance change back. I was thinking about double Swords Dancing that turn. It would have been pretty funny. And he's probably just calling me right here and realizing I'm probably going to go for an Earthquake. So he goes for that another fadeaway rock slide because he's scarfed. He kind of has to. Gonna do a little bit of damage to my Garchomp and gonna crit. And Earthquake is gonna have to take out T-Tar. I was a bit greedy there, a little bit greedy. But I could have went for like a Bullet Punch Dragon Claw or Bullet Punch Swords Dance or something like that onto T-Tar, you know. But I felt like this was a fine play as well. Starting off the last turn of the last few turns of the game, I'm gonna go for a Bullet Punch on this guy and an Earthquake. So I'm gonna be potentially knocking out my Scizor this turn, but doing a ton of damage to the Aegislash. I actually critical hit my Scizor, so sorry about that, Scizor. I'll hit you back another time. We're gonna see him stance change, and I'm like, come on, Sandvale, come on. I know you want to do this for me, Sandvale. He's gonna go for a Shadow Ball, and it actually hits. So sadly, I don't get my Sandvale proc for 2 times in a series, but Sandstorm's gonna subside, which is great. And I think I have Salamence left, and Salamence at this HP should be able to kill an Aegislash. It should be. I'm pretty bulky, We know he's going to King Shield once, but I think Flamethrower should be able to do about half. It should be. Now we'll see what happens. He's going to stance change, going into that defensive mode, and pop that King Shield. Sometimes I wish I had like Fire Blast on this guy, but I'm generally okay with Flamethrower. Hitting is very important, at least in VGC. Like one miss usually just costs you the whole game. So second turn in a row, he goes for a second King Shield, and he actually gets it. So that's really big, because he's almost out of my Flamethrower range right now. I am a full modest Salamence, but I'm using Flamethrower. I don't stab it, and he's super bulky. So Flamethrower, and moment of truth, do we get the kill? Alright, so we get the kill. Alright, so Aegislash is going to go down, and I've defeated him. So I think this puts me into like round 4 or 5. I think I'm in the semis now. I think that was the quarters. I'm gonna be fighting against Bears Fan. I'm sure you guys probably heard of this guy. He plays on YouTube, plays on Nugget Brige, and I don't think I win this one. I think I lose. I think I lose this game. This is a really hard tournament for me. I went like 2-1 and got like a bye one of the rounds. But anyways, you're gonna see his Gardevoir, Aegislash, huge combo, great against my team. T-Tar. I think he's using Mega T-Tar, yeah, and Amoonguss versus my Rotom, Garchomp, Scizor, Megametric. My team sucks against this type of team. He's super bulky and just has the exact typing to counter my typing. So, see what happens. At this point, I've just had fun playing the tournament, so I decided to go with whatever I feel like. I'm going to go with Garchomp, Rotom, EQ Discharge, my favorite lead, and Gardevoir and Aegislash. So, kind of sucks. He traces my Levitate. I'm like, no, you don't. You don't trace my Levitate. Man, that's not cool. How am I supposed to hit you? And I guess I'm just not. So I get a Paralyze on the Gardevoir. Pretty lucky, I'm not going to lie. I just go for that Earthquake. Just going to go for it. Want to kill this Aegislash. Really would have liked to hit the Gardevoir, though. And Aegislash is at about 50%. I think I crit on it the first turn. Yeah, I crit on it with a Discharge. So I take out Aegislash, and I'm thinking, wow, I might win. The hacks are real. Gardevoir's paralyzed. He sends that T-Tar, and I'm like, alright, time for round 2. I'll do the exact same thing. And I'm thinking I might win this game. I'm really thinking I might win this game. So, actually, why did I switch there? I'm a fool. I go into my Scizor here, because I'm like, I have to do something to check this Gardevoir eventually. And we're going to see that Mega T-Tar just start going to town. Man, why didn't I Earthquake Discharge there? I'm a fool. Let's see if it would have made any difference. Garchomp goes for a Swords Dance. I'm just getting greedy. That's pretty much what it is. And he goes for a Dragon Dance. Yep, I should have done it. I should have went for the EQ Discharge. Discharge, another turn would have killed the Gardevoir. I would have almost killed the T-Tar. Ah, sad face. He goes for that Moonblast on my Garchomp too, which is going to proc my Sash. No, it's not. Just kidding. Man, he's weak. So he's probably pretty bulky. Anyways, he's going to withdraw the Gardevoir. And at this point, like, I kind of want an Earthquake, but I kind of can't. So he goes into Amoonguss, and I go for a bullet punch on what now is Amoonguss, what was Gardevoir. You can see how I lose this game, because I fuck it up. And remember, he is super fast, so he's going to go for that Rock Slide. He's at +1. It's going to take out my Garchomp and almost kill my Scizor. Kind of sad to see that. So, at this point, I've been swept by the Mega T-Tar. Man, sad face. Metric's going to come out. You're going to try and even things back up, getting an Intimidate off from its Mega. But we don't know if the Amoonguss is going to Rage Powder or not. He could actually just go for a Spore and try and win the game. So, we're going to see what happens. I need that pretty much. I need this Intimidate to come back and win this game. But he's still at neutral, and he's still a Mega T-Tar. Amoonguss is going to go for Protect instead, which is like option Phantom number 3. His T-Tar is going to go for a second Dragon Dance. How am I supposed to come back from that? So, Metric's going to Flamethrower, obviously going to miss. And Scizor is going to go for an X-Scizor, targeting his T-Tar. Super effective damage, doesn't matter. It's a Mega T-Tar. So, really sucks to see that. And this game's just over. This game's, I got totally rocked, literally. He's going to just spam Rage Powder and win the game. And there's nothing I can really do about it because he's so fast. He's so fast. Even my Bullet Punchers won't be able to win me the game because they'll just get Rage Powdered. So, Scizor's going to go down. And Flamethrower is going to hit on Amoonguss. And it's going to get the kill, but like, I'm not joking with you guys. Like, there's no coming back. I don't even remember how this replay ends, I swear. If I win this game, I'm going to be just as surprised as you guys. Because, like, he's so strong. Go with my Rotom. He comes back in with the Gardevoir. Remember, he's at +2. Like, speed and +1 attack. That's ridiculous. He traces my Intimidate, which is useless here, because all I have are special attackers. Thank God I, like, already Mega Evolved. He traced my Lightning Rod. I'd be like, no! So T-Tar protects. Just trying to get a little more residual damage from that Sandstorm. Volt Switch is going to miss on him. And Thunderbolt's going to miss on him because he's too much of a threat. I had to take it out. He gets a free Moonblast off of my Manectric. And I'm like, ugh. The only way I can win this game is if like he misses a Rock Slide, eats like a crit Volt Switch, and Gardevoir gets paralyzed for like 6 turns. So I just decided to run there. Anyways, like that was pretty bad. Yeah. We're gonna see he's starting going into game 2. He has Hydreigon, Aegislash, Gardevoir, that T-Tar on the back first, Gyarados, Scizor. I think I need Scizor to beat that T-Tar, just feel it somehow. Garchomp and Manectric. So I bring Manectric to check the Amoonguss. Scizor's also good about checking it, so is Gyarados. I just really wanted to check the Amoonguss this game. And even if this is my last game in the tournament, oh well, this is the semis, and I had a good run. So, Bears fan, we started off again. That Mega T-Tar is pretty big in game 1. Are we going to see it as the lead in game 2? Well, we already know we're not. So, Hydreigon and Aegislash can be leading it off. And I pretty much waste and Intimidate here. He was generally probably expecting me to do that. So, it kind of sucks to waste and Intimidate there. But I have more. It's alright. So, I protect with my Scizor. Do not want to eat that Flamethrower. And he decides to completely ignore me and go for a Dark Pulse with my Gyarados. People have just been doing that all day. Like, you saw that happen like 2 rounds ago, too. I think it's the same situation. So, he's going to flinch my Gyarados, which sucks. And he's going to Stance Change, go into that Aegislash, and go for a Shadow Ball, targeting my Gyarados. So, outplayed. That's about as outplayed as you can get. Like, I have lived at 8 HP, but I got flinched, so it doesn't matter. Here's for a Dark Pulse down my Scizor. I'm going to get a YOLO Taunt off on this Aegislash before I go down. I do not want it subbing. It's going to go for another Shadow Ball. And there's just... both my Pokemon are, like, dead. Like, this guy's like, oh, I know how your team works. Get wrecked. This was, Anxiety. This is from a Nugget Brige Live, which, like, has a lot harder people than a Premier Challenge would. This was a week before Worlds, and this just has a ton of top Worlds competitors in it. And I'm sure you guys have heard of at least, like, Bears fan, who I think wins the tournament. Anyways, I'm going to get a kill off on that Aegislash. Remember, he was taunted, so he couldn't run away from my Earthquake. And Dark Pulse is just too strong. Too strong. That's ridiculous. So I get a Waterfall off on him, but it's not like I'm going to be able to do anything with it. He's going to come with the T-Tar now, and if things could not get worse, T-Tar coming in, start that Sandstorm. We know that it's already that huge Mega that single-handedly won Game 1. He withdraws his Hydreigon, and I'm thinking to myself, I have to kill this T-Tar. And don't die. I'm looking back at this replay and I'm like, no, he trades my Sandvale. I'm so sad. Sandvale is such a funny ability. The reason why I like Sandvale over Roughskin is just because I think it's something you can get away with it. Like, people aren't just gonna, like, attack Garchomps with physical attacks. It's something I think I can just get away with, and it's funny as hell when it happens. So I taunt the T-Tar. He can't Dragon Dance. And I think I, like, Dragon Clawed the, what was Hydreigon, what turned into Gardevoir. Gyarados is gonna go down. He definitely put his work in that game. And Manetric's gonna come out, and I still have things that can't kill that T-Tar. He's gonna withdraw it. And I'm thinking, I've bought myself some time, but my forces are only, like, diminishing. So we're gonna see him Mega Evolve. I've wasted my Mega Evolution. Bam. Get that Intimidate off. I don't remember what I do this turn, but I know that, like, I get rocked. So, anyways, we're gonna see me get an Intimidate off onto useless Pokemon. Go for a Thunderbolt here onto what was T-Tar. And got a crit, that's okay, and a Dragon Claw off on what was T-Tar, so totally killed Hydreigon on this turn. Totally killed, there's nothing he could have done about it. Remember, my Manetric doesn't have Protect for this tournament, and there's no other option. I'm gonna then eat a Moonblast, Sandvale isn't gonna save me, and yeah. Garchomp's gonna go down, and I think Manetric's my last Pokemon, I wanna say it is. So, he's gonna send out that T-Tar, he's taunt free right now. And I really wish I had Discharge in this situation, but I don't. So I have to run, and I've lost a Bears fan, hence eliminating me from the tournament. I ended up getting 3rd place. I think I played like the 3rd place match and won that, but there's a lot of stacked competitors. I know pretty much all the people that went to Worlds for America entered this tournament. It was the last big online tournament before Worlds, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I know I got 3rd in the day before, and I got 3rd in this one. There were about 40 people in each of them, so yeah. I don't really know what else to say. I felt like uploading these guys, uploading these replays. I had just a ton of replays to sit back, and I've been sitting on them forever. So I felt like I would upload them. Other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching this little video of experience share that I've been doing. I might do battles later. I might come back in like 2 hours and do some battles. If you guys want to play battles later, you can send me a message or something. Like, I might add the people that really want to do battles or something. Or click like follow on the channel. I can probably set something up like that. Other than that, guys, check out the YouTube, check out the other social media and stuff like that. We can always set up battles through there. Like I said, I'll probably be back in a couple hours because I'm gonna go eat or do something like that. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.